Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about something that I know you're going to want to know about. It is so interesting. Have you ever studied palmistry? Did you know that palmistry is a sister science to Vedic astrology? It is. It's amazing. Palmistry is the divine giving us a map in our hands. Where else would a map to our life be most conveniently placed? In the palm of our hand. So palmistry, you may not know, but the fingers are all relative to the planets, such as the pointer finger is Jupiter, the middle finger is Saturn. Doesn't that make sense? And the third finger here, our ring finger, is Venus. That's why we put our wedding ring on the ring finger of Venus. Venus is love and relationships. And the little finger is Mercury. And the thumb has been said to relate to Mars. And the whole palm is relative to certain areas called mounts that relate to the different planets. As a matter of fact, one time when I went to India, I had a reading with an astrologer who took my palm and drew my horoscope out from my palm. It was remarkably accurate. So palmistry is a science all in and of itself. It is fascinating. And you know what's convenient about palmistry? You don't have to calculate a chart. You don't need a birth time. It's all here. But did you know that as your life changes and as you change, the lines in your palms actually change? That was a new concept to me. That's pretty amazing. But I want to show you a book that I sincerely think is the best book out there on palmistry. It is amazing. You're going to have to check this book out. Get this book. It's Palmistry for Happiness: The Transformational Power of Vedic Hand Reading. And I have to say, this book, and I'm not just saying it because of my connection to these dear, wonderful people, this is the best book I've read on palmistry. And it is by Ghanshyam Singh Birla and Gurlain Vali, because Gurlain was his student for so many years. And they started the Birla Center, and it is outside of Montreal in Canada. And I want to say I have had the incredible opportunity to be invited to the Birla Center to teach. It was in 2017. Interesting, that's kind of a Venus cycle because now I'm talking about it and I went there in 2017. But anyway, getting back to this remarkable book, I was asked and honored to write the foreword in it. And I really couldn't tell you, I can't tell you what an honor it is to write for Ghanshyam and Gurlain, because they are the most amazing people. I never had such an amazing visit in my life as I did to the Birla Center in Canada. It's held on a lake, the most beautiful lake, one of the most beautiful lakes I've ever seen in my life. The center was there in Canada. And it was in the fall time with all the leaves changing bright yellow and orange. Talk about a mystical experience. They brought me there for a weekend workshop that I taught on Vedic astrology. While I was there, I have never been welcomed so beautifully. I mean, it just felt like coming home, seriously. these people were so sincere in their learning and desire to learn. And what was hilarious is my husband, actually being French, and I tell about this in my world of astrology, that most of the people there spoke French. So we had my husband Daniel be the translator, and he was so bad that we had to get someone else the next day. But oh my God, that was such a funny, entertaining, but beautiful and wonderful experience to be there with them. Everyone there was so welcoming. And Ghanshyam showered me with books that he'd written, but this is his last book. Because I'm with a heavy heart. He passed in 2024. But he got this book written. Thanks to Ghislaine and her gifts and talents, she carries on his work, and she is an amazing palmist and Vedic astrologer. Yes, she has her own YouTube. I think it's in French though, but still, she is so wise, and she has her own books. But this book gives so many accounts. You will learn how to read a palm from this book. But most of all, what this book talks about is, and it says Palmistry for Happiness, how you can change your life, and how from different techniques, working with meditation, working with the spiritual philosophy and changing ourselves, how when we change, so our palm changes. And it's so interesting that they show a before and after of how the lines have changed. And what all the palm is all about, and how to really find our happiness. What an incredible book that this is for changing our lives, and to better understand how we're all interconnected. You know, in the ancient Vedas, the body of man is represented in hymns. And there's certain parts of the body that represent the certain sciences. And as I've told you before, in the body of man, Jyotish, which is the word for Vedic astrologer, a Jyotishi, but Jyotish is Vedic astrology. And it is the eyes of man, which Jyotish actually means the science of light. And in the Vedas, it is the eyes of man. Well, palmistry is part of the body of man, and it is all talked about in this book, and how everything comes together and it's all united and is one. So this book is so beautifully written. I can't tell you how beautiful it is, and what an honor it was for me to even be asked to write the foreword. I'm telling you, if you get this book, you will love it, and you will have a new appreciation for palmistry and astrology and how they unite as one. This book covers everything, and just to learn about Ghanshyam and all that he did, I got to tell you, that man was so charismatic and so genuine. Yes, I'm so glad that this book got published with his life's work in it. The culmination of his life work is in this book. Please get it and learn about palmistry. You will love it. And it is my greatest honor to be able to tell the world about him, Ghislaine, and the book, and the magnificent life he lived, and the great things he did for the world. And Ghislaine, carries on his legacy. So thank you for all that you have done, and thank you for the Birla Center. And most of all, get a little piece of paradise and get this book. It is fantastic. Thank you.